So please welcome this week's special guest, Richard. So, John, what is Richard to you?
This is Richard. He's the stunt horse rider who galloped me through a moonlit forest so I wouldn't miss the Man United-Bolton game.
Gabby, how do you know Richard?
This is Richard. He is the flight attendant who persuaded me I wasn't dying, but I had trapped wind.
And finally, David, what's your relationship with Richard?
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
Lovely. So, there we have it. Lee.
Right. Would you like me to describe him, by the way? Would that help you suss out which of the three he might know?
Yeah, a little bit of audio description.
OK, well, he looks quite a cool dude, actually, so we can rule out that he knows David. Actually, I think you might know him because he's dressed as a policeman and he's not talking.
So who are you going to quiz first?
Right, John. He's the stuntman that covered you.
No, we were using horses in this production I was filming, and we were in Scotland, and that's when he offered to help me.
But what was it you said? You said he galloped you to a television. So what, you got on the back, spooned behind him?
Well... I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I was spooning him. No, I was just riding on the back of his horse.
And you were clothed?
Fully clothed. Yeah.
And the horse would have been quicker than a car in this instance?
In this instance, yes. We talked about it early in the day, and he said, I know exactly where you can watch it. There's a pub over there, and I can definitely get you there for kick-off. And
he literally pulled up outside the pub, you jumped off and ran into the pub like a desperate cowboy?
Well, no, he came in with me.
Oh, he came in with you?
And where
with the horse?
did you put the... Yeah.
Tied it up outside.
You tied it up outside on the thing? Was this in, like, mid-America in the 1870s? What do you mean you tied... What thing did you tie it to?
Well, I didn't see. I just got off the horse, and then he came in.
You got where you were going and you went into a bar and you didn't take the horse purely for the joke that would have followed.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what the joke would be?
The reason why you
Why the long face?
Yeah, but the reason why you've never heard that joke, Rob, is because it's a bit sensitive with you, isn't it?
You sound like you've got quite a little round face.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris. I sound
It wasn't meant to be a compliment, but...
What kind of faces do the rest of us sound
yeah,
like
that's
we
quite
have?
interesting, yeah.
Take some time with Lee in particular.
Lee just... He sounds like he looks like a cheeky little monkey who's the only one that knows he's about to fling a poo.
Wow. That kind of... Please, can I use that on my posters for the next tour? What about David?
Oh, David! From voice alone. He sounds like he looks like a Toby jug of a duck.
That is bang on.
That is the image I go for.
I think this deaf neighbour of yours was right the first time. Right. Lee, who would you like to quiz next?
OK, Gabby.
Just remind us, Gabby, for the benefit
this is
of the
Richard,
slower
and he
members.
is the airline steward who persuaded me I wasn't dying. I had trapped wind.
OK, so what were your symptoms?
I felt like really breathless, and I just couldn't... I felt like I couldn't get a breath at first.
You hadn't opened the window again, had you?
And, my husband looked across the aisle and said, "You look a bit pale."
Well, you say your husband looked across, you mean he came from economy up to first class.
He said, "You look a bit pale," and I said, I can't get any breath, and I felt really, really uncomfortable.
Where were you going to?
We were going home.
From?
Well, that helps us. We were going home.
We were going from Gibraltar.
Quite close to home at this point?
No, quite early on in the flight, about
OK.
10, 15 minutes into the flight, I started to feel a bit dodgy. Anyway, then, lo and behold, Richard came down and he said, "You all right?" I said, "I'm really not feeling great, actually." He said, "Come up here." And brought me up into the galley.
Yeah.
And then, well, I heard him talking to the captain, and then I heard the word doctor being mentioned, and I heard the words.
Oh my God! What do you mean you heard the word doctor?
Well-
Because that could be quite scary if he said, "Listen, pilot, we need a." I'm not a pilot, actually. I'm a doctor. That would have released the wind.
I thought I was dying. I thought I'd ruptured my appendix or something like that.
And what kind of things did he say to calm you down?
I think he said, well, if we do go down in the sea, don't worry, you're full of wind, you'll float for longer. And then
Well, at some point,
Chilled her out.
at some point, he kind of knelt down in his very caring way and said, there is a possibility this could be trapped wind, which filled me with horror. Because it was just going to all come out at some point, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but better than dying.
So then he just went one step further, and he said to me, if we lower the plane, there's a good chance...
Well, so your internal pressure would be less?
So he said, there's a good chance it could come out, but I've got to warn you...
Whoa. Would that work? Does the science add up there that you're more likely to release wind?
At this
Otherwise,
point...
by that logic, everyone would be farting on takeoff.
You're not saying that it was beginning its descent?
Well, I don't know how far out it would begin its descent, but...
Well, not 15 minutes after takeoff.
No, it wasn't 15 minutes. By this point, we're like over halfway into the journey.
So he said to the cockpit, bring it down, and did they do that?
Apparently, they did.
quick, bring the plane down, I think she might blow.
Yeah.
So what happens? They bring it down, and
Yeah.
what was the effect on you?
Well, within a few seconds, minutes maybe,
Yes.
a tiny little burp came out of my mouth.
Of your mouth?
Have your mouth.
And I thought, that's it. I'm good. And I walked back to my seat.
Did everybody cheer and clap?
The truth is, when I say that...
The truth is, it didn't happen, Gabby. That's the truth.
The truth is, when
None
I
of
say
this has ever happened.
it
I don't think you've
sounds-
even ever been to Gibraltar. The only bit of this that I believe is that you fart a lot.
What about David? Remind us of your claim.
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
What were you doing at the tip? What were you getting rid of?
I was getting...
Not another body, David.
Not another body, no. I bury them. Cover them in acid. But no, this was 2 CD players and a DVD player.
What did you do with them at the tip?
I put them in the small electrical goods skip thing.
And so what did you do? Did you lean right over to put them further in the middle?
I leant right over.
Did you place them? Was it a shallow skip? Or
No, it was deep. You had to go up a staircase, like a wheelie set of stairs.
Yes. Now, most people throw things in skips by just lobbing them. They don't lean over. And I'm
Or
trying to
go
work out...
upstairs and then lean over, no?
Yeah, the up the stairs thing, I'm not quite... I mean, how tall was this skip?
Why didn't you just throw them in?
It was about 1 foot high, but I thought it would be fun to climb a staircase.
Take us now to the crux. The losing of the glasses.
So losing of the glasses. OK, so I'm throw the things in, the skip, and they make a crashing sound, and I lean in to peer to see what I, in my mightiness, have wrought. My glasses were a bit loose, and...
You had quite a sweaty head from all of the effort of lugging the 2 CD players
Absolutely.
and the DVD
The effort
player.
going up all the stairs thinking, this isn't very practical. What if I was throwing away a dishwasher? And they slid down my sweaty Toby jug duck beak.
Fell into the skip.
And fell into the skip.
Did you shout for help?
I went, excuse me!
And then what? Richard appeared.
He appears. He goes into the skip.
Yeah?
I mean, I'd explained in words what had happened. I said,
What
my
did you
glasses
say?
just fell off. They should be directly below here.
And did he not say, well, in you go, then?
Yeah, why did he think
he
it
didn't
was his
say in you
job
go
to do
then.
that?
He said, it's all right, I'll go in and get them.
And did you ask why?
Why he'd go in and get them?
Yeah.
Why, did I want to talk him out of it?
So he'd come over and you'd said, could you go and get my glasses?
I quacked, he gave me some bread. I said, actually, that's not good for me, I need seed.
Never, ever say that to a stranger at the tip.
So, did you get the glasses?
Yes.
Good. Right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Richard John's horseback hero, Gabby's steward saviour, or David's rubbish rescuer?
Oh, tricky.
It's really tricky.
Chris.
I can't go with Gabby myself.
I don't know. Like, trapped wind is very painful.
What about David?
If anybody's going to the tip to do the physical work, it's Mrs. Mitchell, isn't it?
So who are you thinking, John?
Well, we were chatting earlier in the green room, and he told me he was a Man United fan.
Okay.
OK, so, what are you going to say, Lee?
We'll go John.
You're going John. OK. Richard, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Richard, and I am the flight attendant that helped Gabby.
Richard, you're on national television. Did you ask the pilot to lower the plane?
We were descending anyway.
Yes, Richard is Gabby's steward saviour. Thank you very much, Richard.